What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Today I have for you guys another exciting unboxing to dig into. Before we dive in, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And before you head out, hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. It really helps the videos get circulated. And so does leaving a comment if your heart desires. So let's dig into this guy and see what we have here. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. I do. So, this is going to be a fixed blade that is coming from none other than Eafengrow. And the last one that I checked out from them was really nice. Really well done, guys. And we're going to be putting both of them through outdoor testing. Both models. This one is the EF127 coming in 14C 28N steel. We'll go ahead and take a little zoomy zoom. So I've had a couple folders come in from Eafengrow, and I saw some of their fixed blades, and I thought they looked very well done. They were coming in 14C 28N, and this is a slab of 14C 28N. And here we have some nice contoured G10 handles. We have aluminum pivot collars around the hardware, black washed drop point style of blade. It does it clip a little bit? Kinda. It does clip a little bit. But, man, it looked really solid in the photos. And I have heard nothing but good things when it comes to Eafengrow's fixed blades. There's quite a few people who check out various Eafengrow fixed blades, and they rave about them for the price tag. And these are very hard to beat. I remember thinking the last one that came in 14C was going to be like $60 or so, somewhere in there. And it could definitely be that price, I believe. For 14C, this kind of build, G10, you get the Kydex sheath, you get the Ulti-Light clip, Kydex-like, Ulti-Light clip, and then you get 14C and G10. And this is not a small knife. This is a fairly good sized boy here. Probably more than most people would want to EDC, but this would definitely be, it's coming in 10 inches almost overall there. You're getting like 4 3/4 of cutting edge. So it's 5 inches overall. It's a pretty big boy here. And, comparing it to something that is more EDC size like this Asher little buddy here, you can see, the size difference between the two. This is kind of more of a EDC size, where this guy could definitely be something someone EDCs, no question about it. You can easily put it on the belt, or, wherever. You can get different straps and so on. So you have quite a few options these days. But this would be a perfect camp knife. It's in that size range where it's kind of going to be a master of nothing, but it's going to do a lot of things very well. Could you chop with this? You could do some light chopping. Could you baton with this? We're going to see, and I think we can easily. You'll be able to do feather sticks with this very easily. Can we strike a ferro rod with this guy? I don't think so. We're going to test that out. They give a cool little aesthetic here with this fuller and cutout. And I have to say, this black wash, look at that. That is very, very nice. It's almost like an acid wash is what it really reminds me of. It's like a black wash that's been acid washed. It looks outstanding. And because of looking around, I'm pretty sure I know close to what the price of this is. and it's going to be right around $25 to like $35, which is incredible, guys, because a lot of knives that are in this same size, materials, are going to be double that, $60, $70, $80, depending on what company and, you know, the material, full materials. But something in 14C and G10 is typically going to run you over $50 easily. And I know Eafengrow has several fixed blades that come in 14C 28N, G10. They are great sizes. They have a bunch of different blade shapes. So here you can see we have, this is more of a drop point, you know, very unique looking for both of them. This is more of like a dropped clip point, where this is more of just a very nice taper down to the drop point there. They are both going to be about equal in size. And I'm telling you what, guys, we're going to take them out and we're going to test them and see how they feel in hand. But both of these feel extremely good in the hand. The contouring, you don't feel any of the hardware. It just, these fit in your hand very, very well. You have a nice little guard here, so you can kind of climb up on there if you have some more fine detail work to do. And it's not so overly big and heavy that you couldn't get up here for kind of like a pinch grip for finer type tasks. You know, and even get up here kind of like this for very detailed work on top of that. But, you know, a bigger knife like this can handle big knife things, and it can handle small knife tasks. So, you know, a smaller knife can't handle big knife tasks. So that's the cool thing about various fixed blades, you know, depending on, you know, your daily, you know, lifestyle, what you do, maybe even on the weekends, you know, depending on what you do, a fixed blade is going to be a very formidable option for you, depending on what you do. If you live in the city, center city, and, you know, there's not a tree for 50 miles, you know, might not be that helpful for you, other than just making sure you have at least one decent fixed blade with you, which I would recommend everyone has at least one or two decent, reliable fixed blades. And that's what we're looking for here with these Eafengrows. These two Eafengrows, we're going to really put these through some testing. They both have some nice thick spines. I'm not sure which one is thicker. It looks almost like the 125 here has just a little bit thicker of a spine, but they're both absolutely stunning fixed blades. This has more of a DLC coating, where this one is more of that acid washed. This is really nice. I might even like this one just a little bit more than this guy. I really like this blade shape though. But man, this one is a little bit more my style here. This one is nice. Love that you get that straight out of it, then that little bit of belly here, and then you still have that nice pokey tip there. Speaking of that tip, we can see how it cuts some paper too, but I have this handy. So let's see what we got here for this guy. The last one, all the Eafengrows that I've had in, which I've had quite a few in at this point, they've all came with very good fit and finish. They've come with good edges. You know, of course, there's some things like with the folders that I would, you know, kind of work on and tweak. But they're fixed blades. And like I said, I've seen a lot of people testing their fixed blades, and they do very, very well with them. I'm kind of interested to see. Yeah. You know, and these fixed blades, doing this test is not real. I mean, we want to know what the edge feels like, but just because it doesn't glide through thin magazine paper like a knife with 8 thousandths behind the edge does not mean the knife isn't sharp. And something like this that is not meant, this is not meant to be a slicer. So it's got a good edge on it. It's just not extremely thin. So it's got a good edge, but this is meant to take on some abuse. You know, for you to baton this thing, for you to take this out to the campsite, out into the woods, on that hike, you know, wherever it might be, out in the backyard, into your wooded area or whatever, and get the job done and do it well. This thing is comfortable. It's coming in a great steel in 14C 28N. It's got a great finish on the blade that's going to hold up. The G10 is well done. It's nice and grippy, and this is clean. We just have 2 nice thick slabs of G10, and then they throw a little bit of flair on this guy with the aluminum pivot collars, or screw collars, I guess in this case, or handle screw collars. The only thing I would say is if that EF was not there, maybe even make it smaller and put it up here in this corner. Would this be, it's great. It's great. That's my only small little nitpick is if they would, and the EF doesn't really, it don't bother me. It's clean. It's 2 letters. It's not a, you know, it's nothing. It's not a big deal. But I'm saying if I'm critiquing this to its fullest potential, right, or to my fullest potential, I think the steel choice is great. G10 or micarta. I prefer micarta, but G10 at this price, this well done, perfectly acceptable and perfectly good. That is the only thing I would change at this point. You know, they give you some nice jimping up here that works good. I would say if they had that smaller and moved up here, or, you know, just sideways and closer here to the handle, you know, kind of off the main path of the blade here, put it back in here just a little smaller, and that's going to really clean this aesthetic up. But if you're looking for a fixed blade, you know, your first fixed blade that's going to not break the bank, that's coming in good materials, this is a good option. Looking for something around the campsite, maybe to do a little bushcrafting with, you know, depending on what kind of hiking or something like that that you do. This would be, you know, as long as you're not one of them lightweight, I only need, you know, half a pound in my bag type of hiking, you know, this would be very suitable for that. We're going to do a full detailed overview of this guy and include testing on top of that, outdoor real world testing, actual real world testing. And we're going to be doing both of these, not at the same time. We're going to end up doing the 125 first, as I got this one before that one. But we are starting to come into nice weather, and I look forward to, we have a bunch of fixed blades to test out. Eafengrows, we have off-grids, several off-grids to dive into, and we got plenty more to dive into as well. So I really look forward to getting this thing outside and seeing what it's capable of, because it's in that size range that it's going to do a lot of things very, very well. So I'm really excited. Shout out to Eafengrow for sending this guy in for me to take a look at and test out. Really appreciate them for letting me do these types of things. It's awesome on their part, and all the other companies as well. But I really am stoked about this, because for the price point, it is very, very hard to beat that. Very hard to beat that. Let's see, though, before we continue with the drooling, let's see how it does in the testing phase, and then we'll come to some more conclusions. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I love hearing from you guys, especially on these newer knives. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Really appreciate it. If you're new or you've been here before and you're not, subscribe to the channel subscribe to the channel, baby. I would love to have you here. Otherwise, guys, I will catch you on the next one.